Welcome students. Let's start with the practicals of 101. So you have practicals of first practical is of assignment, that is study of any branch of biotechnology and its application. So we have covered that theory in unit 1, different branches of biotechnology. I want you people to write a assignment for 10 marks where you will give information of any branch of your choice, and whichever branch you like, you will write about that. You have to write about the branch, then what type of work is done in that particular branch, how it helps in to people, then how much worth its market is, and which are the companies that are very famous in that particular branch, be in India and as well as in out of all over the globe. Okay, so this assignment you have to submit for 10 marks. You that will be counted for your internals and for your uh, this practical itself. Then you have the next practical of food spoilage. We have done food deterioration in the theory. So food spoilage practical we are supposed to do. Let us see how do we perform this practical. Let us understand the theory behind this practical first. So as we simply, the food deterioration would happen because of different chemical changes or physical changes in the food. So there can be contaminations because of the microbes, so we have to isolate those microbes. Let us see how there is contamination or deterioration of food. So type of food such as proteins, so protein can undergo hydrolysis and give us bitter taste, foul smell, undesirable flavors, etc. So imagine uh, split milk, the milk that has spoiled. So this can be a example for this. If you keep milk for days together, days without touching it, without heating it in the open air, then this type of deterioration can affect. Then proteins, again, proteins can undergo putrefaction, that is anaerobic decomposition, giving rise to obnoxious odors. Then if there are carbohydrates in a food material, it undergoes anaerobic decomposition. So anaerobic decomposition can also be of different types such as alcoholic fermentation. So anaerobic bacteria can break down the sugars into alcohol, or if anaerobic bacteria are there and there is a sugar lactose, they can ferment the lactose to into lactic acid. Then there can be mixed lactic fermentation, means apart from lactic acid there are some other products, there can be alcohol production also. And coliform refers to the different type of bacteria which are comma shaped. Okay, so these can affect the food. If there are salts of organic acids, etc., they undergo oxidation and form a film on the food. And lipids can undergo hydrolysis, or they can also go undergo rancidification, so that is also considered deterioration of the food. So if we have to isolate the microorganism causing the food spoilage, let us see how do we isolate different type of food materials in different from different foods. So if it is a lipolytic organism, means it is going to cut down the lipids. So you have to collect samples such as butter or oils and keep it for a long duration of time. So uh, it will have lipolytic bacteria will grow in that particular food and cause the lipid to break down. Then proteolytic bacteria uh, are found in food such as meats or protein which contain a lot of proteins. Then spoilage by of vegetables and fruits is done by organisms, and pectinolytic organism from foods. So what is pectinolytic organism? So what happens is the firm rigid structure of the peel of skin of the fruit is due to the pectin that is present. For example, pectin is present in large amounts in the citrus fruits such as uh, the sweet lime. So because of the sweet lime is, once the you use the sweet lime, you have consumed it, the skin of sweet lime is collected and marmalade is made from that particular fruit. So because it contains pectin, they can make marmalade from that. It is a jelly like dish. So this pectin is present in a lot of other fruits also, and it is also present in our tomatoes. And that tomatoes, because of that pectin, you have the rigid structure. If tomatoes are broken down, uh, the pectin from tomato is broken down, then the tomato will become mushy. So this problem was overcome by a certain product of biotechnology. I want you to comment in the comment section which is the particular biotech innovation that has helped in stopping the tomatoes being mushy. So requirements for, let us go back to the practical requirements for isolating the spoilage of spoil like organism causing spoil. So different types of agar plates. Agar plates are petri dishes that have a jelly like substance, that is agar, and it also contains other materials such as essential amino acids or other essential compounds that will be required for growth of the microorganism. So the sterile nutrient agar is the very basic requirement that you can give to any organism, but people have gone further, and according to, for the different requirement for the different microorganism, they have different requirement for growth. So they have made different agar, such as this Gorodkova agar, Sebrod's agar, Frazier's gelatin agar, McCarthy's agar, and also you require sterile saline. So these are required for the growth of different types of bacteria or organism that will be spoiling the food. So how is this experiment done? Different types of food are kept for a long duration of time, and after that, when you have confirmed that it has spoiled 1 or 2 days or 3 days, then you take it and inoculate in the appropriate plate medium for 24 hours to 48 hours, and then you have to study the colony characteristics of that particular organism. So colony characteristics such as it is what type of colony margin it has, what type of colony color it has, white color, yellow color, green, blue, which color it is having, colony characteristics, and colony margin, the colony is entire or the margin is very broken. Then you can also stain it. The very famous staining method, that is gram staining, to identify whether that is a gram positive or a gram negative bacteria, is done. So this is a diagram of a plate which is having different types of organisms. So you can see here purple rod of gram positive bacteria. So this is rod shaped gram positive bacteria. And how do we identify it is gram positive? Because it is when they have did gram staining, then it came out to be purple. Purple means that it is having gram positive characteristics. Then gram negative cocci in capsule. So this gram negative bacteria would generally show pinkish color, and these are cocci in shape. Okay, when they have seen this all in the microscope, this is the observation. This is a gram negative pink bacteria. This is a rod shaped bacteria. Then gram positive rod clusters. So these type of different bacterial cultures are seen. So this was the experiment of identification of spoiled food, food spoiling organisms. So if required, these all experiments are done generally for in the food industry to identify which type of bacteria are coming and harming the uh, the food which is being stored. So next experiment is about meat tenderization using papain. So papain is a proteolytic enzyme. What do you mean by proteolytic? Simply the enzyme that is going to break down proteins randomly and from a long protein chain of 150 200 amino acids, it is going to give us small peptide polypeptide chains of 10 amino acid, 20 amino acid, 30 amino acid, and so on. So fragments of protein chain of different size will be obtained. So we are going to take meat, any meat, chicken breast, etc. is taken, and it contains some amount of muscles, right? Muscles will contain protein. Then what will you do? You will break down that protein with a very simple substance that will be available to you, that is the papain obtained from raw papaya. So everybody knows raw papaya, the green colored papaya, it will be having papain enzyme. So papain, how do we extract it? We will come go ahead and see how will we extract the papain enzyme. But the raw papaya contains, if you scratch it somewhere, it will ooze out some latex, a milky white, not exactly of the consistency of milk but thicker than milk, फेविकॉल जैसा दिखता है वो. तो वो that papain, that is the latex, and that latex contains this enzyme papain. So let us see, the requirements are here. How do we extract raw papaya from raw how do we extract papain from raw papaya? The latex oozing is collected in small container, and if latex does not ooze out, you have to just peel it and grate it. Even that, grate it and then filter it out. So that juice would be containing papain. Then let us see how the procedure is there. In a slide, you will take some very small amount of muscle fiber, meat, चिकन ब्रेस्ट वगैरह कुछ तो रहेगा. ये घर पे भी एक्सपेरिमेंट आप कर सकते हो. इफ यू गेट टाइम, प्लीज डू दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट. एनीबडी इज हैविंग chicken breast etc. at home and raw papaya, you please do the experiment and share the video to the class. Okay, so small amount of, very small amount, hardly a bit of this chicken breast would be required. So you have to take it and tease it with a needle. Why? Because you have to make it very small piece, very minute, very small pieces will be would be, you have to cut it in very small pieces. Then you have to add the papaya juice in that meat vessel. Okay, and then if you are observing that in under a microscope, you can keep a cover slip over it and observe under the microscope. Then you will see muscle fibers, whole complete muscle fibers, because the process is not yet started. The papain is not yet started to break down the muscle proteins. Once you keep it for a while, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, and then once you observe it, you will observe that the texture of the of the meat would have changed. And if you observe it under the microscope, then you will find that the muscle fibers, the whole muscle fibers were broken, and there are some discontinuous lines. So that means that the muscle fibers, the muscle proteins were broken down with the help of papain, and whatever is left now is the polypeptide chain. So 1 hour, and it will take a half an hour or 1 hour. So you can do this without a microscope. You will find that the texture of meat has changed from time 0, that is when you have added papain, and later on after you have like half an hour or 1 hour, you will find that the texture was changed. So you can see here, this is the image of the whole muscle fiber. The fibers are complete here, and then this is the post treatment. So there is breakage of muscle fibers, hence the discontinuous, you can see discontinuity in the in this image. So this brings us to the end of 2 practicals of Introduction to Biotechnology 101, and rest of the practicals I have already shared you the videos. Please go and see the videos for the practical knowledge.